Hey everybody, it's Justin from Built, and we are about to do the craziest renovation you've ever seen in a teenager's room. We're doing some nutty stuff. So why are we going so crazy on this? Well, my sons, they do well in school, they are good people, and in particular last year we had a Ukrainian refugee family come and live with us. And so my sons gave up their room, because this is a pretty big room, for that family to live in here. And in addition, that family, Pravit Burlakas, they have twin daughters the same age as my twin boys, and they helped them through school, making sure they knew what schoolwork they had to do, translation, all sorts of stuff. And so my wife and I are big fans of, if you do really good things should happen to you. And so we're going to give them some really good things in here. We're going to do a custom built-in queen bunk bed system with lights and electrical outlets and all sorts of stuff. We're going to give them a movie theater in here. And I don't mean what they currently have, a couch and a TV, which is more than most kids get in their room. I mean, they already have it great. But they're getting a 120-inch movie theater screen. They're getting high-end movie theater reclining chairs from Valencia home theater seating. That's like the type that should be going in a private jet, and instead it's going in my teenager's room. Crazy, but awesome at the same time. They're going to be able to play video games on a screen that is bigger than my arms can reach. We're going to do animated touch lights, a whole bunch of other stuff, but enough talking about it. Let's get to it today on Built. Let's get everything out of the room. All right, so I've emptied out the room and I've done a ton of drywall repair in here. If you're going to paint, you might as well repair your drywall first. But you will see that I have huge areas that I repaired right here, and that's because I have a factory-built house. My house is only 3 years old, but they build it in 4 big boxes in a factory. They ship it out, and then they assemble it like Legos with a crane. So this is the seam where the 2 boxes meet. And so I have some drywall cracking and bulging pretty much the entire length of my house. So I just did it to the entire length of my house. I've put it off for a while. I wanted to give it 3 years to have the house settle before I did the repair because I didn't want it to come back. So from this point, if I get any more, then it's more of a cause for concern. But with a pre-made house like this, it's almost to be expected. Let's go ahead and start painting. So we're going to be doing a whole bunch of cool lighting in here, but I did want to install a standard lighting fixture. That way, when we're not looking for neon or movie theater vibe, we'll be able to just turn on the lights and be in our room. So I'm going to install this one, and that way I have a little bit more light while I'm in here painting. So I got into a little bit of a building spree last night, and I assembled these 2 floating entertainment centers. I did not build these, I pre-purchased them. They were exactly the right size, the right look, and the right price too, so we went with it. We got enough build projects around here in this video. So I made it easy on myself with this. We also installed the 120-inch movie theater screen. It has a really nice velvety edge to it, so if you get any light bleed coming over, it sucks it up and doesn't make it visible to you when you're watching. But what I wanted to talk about was the audio system that I put in. Not sponsored. Why I'm telling you this is that 99% of people have a TV, right? You're not using a projector. So it's a different setup. When you have a TV, it's usually cable into the TV, and then maybe if you have speakers, wire off the TV to the speakers. So it's like audio out to the speakers. So the brain of everything is the television, the hub. In this scenario, the brain or the hub of everything is the audio system. So this surround sound system has an AV receiver in it. So all of the video goes into this big subwoofer down here. So my cable, my video games, everything goes to here. And then only one HDMI cable comes out of that and goes to the projector to shoot the audio out. So in this case, this is the brain. So when you do a video projector system, you typically have additional equipment that you have to purchase to handle all of your audio and your video distribution, moreover than what you do when you have a television. So I just wanted to note that for you, and I'll have everything linked down below, of course. Next, I ceiling mounted my projector, and this is a short throw projector, which means it only needs a short distance in order to achieve a very large viewing angle. So in our case, 120 inches. For other standard projectors, to achieve that size, you might have to move the projector really far back. So whenever you're looking at purchasing a projector for a setup like this, make sure you measure the depth of your room and look at the specs of it to make sure that you're going to be able to achieve the viewing angle that you want. Or you might need to get something like this. They even have ones that literally sit underneath the screen like a speaker and shoot straight up to achieve a large viewing angle. So this is one that I already owned. We're already spending thousands of dollars on this reno, so hey, we're going to reuse this one that I already had. And it definitely fits the space, so that's great. We did have to lower it down with an arm because we do have a light fixture right here, and if I just straight mounted it to the ceiling, it would cast shadows on the screen going forward. I'm going to make 2 floating shelves with gas pipe brackets for the shelves. This is the easiest type of floating shelf that you can make. Since the boys' bed is going to have gas pipe railings, I thought I would continue the motif by using this. I'm going to spray paint this so that it matches the bunk bed railing. Also, this is the pre-assembled one from the hardware aisle that has brackets. This is about $9, whereas if I had gone to the plumbing aisle, it would have been $12 to $15 to individually assemble this 3-piece, the flange, the pipe, and the cap. So just go ahead and buy it over in the mounting aisle, unless you need a larger size, of course. This is for a 1x8, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that wood, plane it, join it, and then paint it white. That way it matches everything else in the room. These shelves are so simple to mount. Basically, you need to find your stud, use a stud finder, put it on the wall and move it over until you see the red lights, exactly where you should be mounting your pipes to. I like this Franklin one. I actually just recently bought it. They're not sponsored or anything. It's really wide, so it's really easy as you move it back and forth to see exactly where the stud is. Once you see the stud, go ahead and put a screw in the top and bottom. Don't bother with the sides because it's not going to hit anything. And then what you can do is just place your wood directly on top. Make sure you're lined up with the other one. And you're done. Now, for an extra feeling of security, though, you can take these pipe straps that you can buy in the plumbing aisle. You want 3/4 inch for a 3/4 inch pipe, and you can just put it right underneath and screw it into the wood, and that will keep the shelf from shifting on you. So to finish up this wall, my sons have about 40 medals and growing to hang here. And so I wanted a way, and at first I was like, oh, maybe I'll put a lot of hooks under here, and that seems silly. So we're continuing with the gas pipe. This one I custom made from the plumbing aisle, a flange, small threaded piece, T, 2 long pieces, and end caps. So I basically made a weird looking T here, and this will be able to screw right underneath, and then I can take all of their metals, and when it's screwed here, just slide them right on the pipe, and they'll be able to dangle from both sides. The painting's all done. I really like the contrast in the colors. Now it's time to build the bunk beds over here. And we have carpet, and so I'm going to actually try and do 99% of everything down in the shop, including painting. That way I'm not sanding in here and anything else. You know, we've kind of already got the room cleaned up and we're putting in all the fun stuff already, so I want to keep all the rest of that sawdust and stuff down there. I'm going to make a separate breakout video for that, so if you want to watch a step-by-step process on building the bunk bed, check out the link down below. Otherwise, we're just going to montage it for the rest of this one. So it's time for the ultimate in the ultimate teenager room renovation, and that is the addition of the Valencia home theater seating system. It's amazing. This is the Tuscany Ultimate Edition. It's in a love seat configuration. Valencia makes a huge line of different models. You can get them in many different configurations and colors, so you can pick exactly what you want to have. You can even have custom embroidery and stitching and all sorts of stuff put on them. The chairs themselves come in like singles, doubles, double with an armrest, triples, full couches, you name it. And it is 100% Napa Italian leather. It is the softest leather I have ever felt on a chair. And just the comfort. I mean, when you sit in this, you immediately just kind of melt and you feel like you're on a private jet or in a fine Italian sports car. That is the bespoke level of quality in this. This is not a mass manufactured type of chair. This is a piece of luxury furniture, is what this is. So I must say, a special thank you to Valencia Home Theater Seating that provided this chair for this video. It's amazing. I mean, wow. This is high grade. So let me show you some of the functionality here. Let's take a look at the ergonomics of this chair. It reclines way back enough to where Dad is probably going to be coming in here and taking a nap from time to time. It's going to happen. And then the headrest has a huge range of motion. And that's so that when you recline way back, you're able to prop yourself up to a proper viewing angle of the movie theater screen. And then, of course, right here we have lumbar support. And so it comes way in and out, which is really nice. And the overall feel of this chair, it's incredibly squishy and plush, but yet supportive too. And I know those are contradictive terms, but it's the truth. It's just you melt into it, but you still feel supported. And that's from the handcrafted high-end make of this chair. There's a one-button return back to the full upright position, which you can also program to be in any position that you like. So if you find that sweet spot, you can hold that button and program it. There's also lighting at the cup holder and down at the footrest that you can cycle through different lights. And there's even a light show in here, I think. There it is. So, you know, this is a teenager room. When they want to get crazy, they can turn that on. You can also just double click it and turn it off. The cup holders themselves are easily removable for cleaning. And there's this really cool feature at the front. This is an accessory holder. And I'm actually going to order some of these accessories. They have a laptop rotating desk that you can put on here, a cell phone charging stand, a whole bunch of different other goodies, a wine holder, which obviously the teenagers don't need, but Mama might. I have a feeling that while this is the ultimate gaming setup, this will also one day become my wife's and my movie theater room, because my wife and I were sitting here, we're like, man, these kids are too lucky. Why did we give them this chair? This chair is amazing. We're like, oh, we'll play the long game. They go off to college in 4 years. This will be our chair pretty soon. It's worth the wait. It's nice enough, right? For the armrest, it has a automatic piston to raise it up. And inside we have a Parisian velour lining that is super soft and luxurious, and this is a huge deep cavity that you can fit a lot of items inside of. These seats feature a perforated diamond stitching pattern, and so this perforation is going to help keep you cool while sitting in the seat and giving you that extra contoured, cushy feeling when you're sitting down. So we've taken their bedroom from this to this. It's a huge upgrade. Let's go ahead and check out all the little extras that we added in. We went with stark white with all of our trim and accessories just so we could break up the darkness of the color of the walls and some of our other bigger items like our home theater seating. We replaced our boring fan with a 6-light fixture. That way we could focus where our light needs to be in the room. And then we also added a very cool animated strip light that goes all over the ceiling. It actually puts off quite a bit of light. There's no other lights on in the room right now, and it gives it a really nice glow. We've added easy floating shelving units for all the boys' trophies and medals. A floating entertainment center to hide all of their video games and accessories inside. When they're ready for some video games or a movie, they turn on all their cool accent lighting. You know, I always have the 3D printer running, so I made a TIE Fighter Advanced for their room out of some red and black fixed dry filament, as well as 2 holders for their Nintendo Switch games. Whether they're relaxing to some high quality Bittner built content, or they're challenging each other to a hardcore game of FIFA, having a 120-inch screen in here is just crazy. This is a gigantic screen. The video actually makes it seem a lot smaller than it is just because it's a large room, but this screen is gigantic. Boys, pause it and go stand in front of the screen real quick. It's huge. It's massive. Well, that was our Ultimate Teen Reno. I think we took this room from kind of thrown together to put together, might be the way to think about it. We just had a small party with a whole bunch of their friends over here, and everybody went crazy for this bedroom. They were fighting over playing video games and stuff. It was a good time. It went over very well. So we're pretty happy with it. It's got a lot of cool things with the lighting, the bunk beds, giant movie theater screen, place to put all of their trophies and awards, and of course this Valencia home theater seating, which is just glorious would be the word for it. If you're in the market for home theater seating, this is the top of the line, most premium. While it is many pennies, it's worth all of them, would be the way that I would put it, because it's really, really nice. So I have that linked below, of course. To be a proud parent for a second, too, my boys just competed in a martial arts tournament this week and were elevated to the U.S. national team for Wushu Kung Fu. So now my kids can compete internationally representing the United States. So that's a huge, huge accomplishment for them. And so, you know, my wife and I, we really want to do something cool for them, make a space that's theirs very cool. And I think we did that in this video. So I hope you got some good ideas from it. You know, maybe over the top ideas, but good ones. And if you did, I hope you'll like and subscribe, because that's what helps the channel grow and I can do more of this crazy video stuff. As always, stay safe in the shop. I'll see you in the next one.